Hey guys, so some of you may know that I'm with the #1 network on YouTube called Fullscreen, and I get these new sponsorship opportunities every month to help me earn money on my videos. Now Fullscreen is actually paying me right now to tell you about applying to their network. So if you want some help taking your channel kind of to that next level, then you can click on the link down in the description box and apply to join the premier network on YouTube. You can also get to know the Fullscreen community by clicking right here.
What's going on, Smithies and people of the world? It is Patrick here, and today guys, I'm back bringing you another episode of the Ultimate Zombie Map Challenge. Today, we have Buried versus Kino der Toten. Apart from that, not much else to say. You can follow me on Twitter, at TheSmithPlays. Now, let's get into this. Alright, so as you're probably familiar now, we're going to start off talking about setup, and that's basically what map is more fun to get your guns, get your perks, pack-a-punch, and everything else. And really looking at this, Kino is a solid map. You know, it's fun, it's not too hard, provides a challenge, and overall, I do like setting up on Kino. You know, pack-a-punch isn't too hard, which is always nice, and overall, just a pretty good time. Buried is okay, but it does have the problem that if you want, you can do it on round 1. You can literally have everything done by round 1, and that kind of ruins it for me. Just because you do have that option to kind of go in the cheap way out and just doing things really easy. Does take away from it a little bit, so we're going to go 3 points to Buried and 5 to Kino. Moving on, we have post setup, and that is once you've gotten everything, do you want to keep going on and get to a high round, or does it get boring and you want to quit? Buried is okay here. You know, it's not bad. And Kino's kind of the same way. Both maps aren't extraordinarily good for this, but both maps, do bring something to the table. However, I feel like Kino is slightly better. You know, you kind of just feel like going to a high round on Kino. It's just kind of one of those maps that, you know, like, let's go for a high round. So it just gets the edge here, 3.5 points to Kino and 2.5 to Buried. The last thing that we have for gameplay aspects is the difficulty, and this is pretty much, you know, what map is closer to that perfect level of not too hard and not too easy. Kino is a relatively easy map if you're good at training. You know, the Thunder Gun really helps you out. But Buried is even easier. Buried is one of the easiest maps in Zombies history, and that kind of takes away from it. It's just, you know, you have so many different areas where you can just camp, like by Jug on the bank rooftop with the paralyzer, and it just isn't fun. It's too easy, and I feel like it just kind of takes away from the gameplay's replayability. So for that reason, we're gonna go 4 points to Kino and 2 to Buried. And what the hell just happened there? Alright, anyways, moving on guys. The next thing that we're going to go look at is the innovativeness in the maps. The first thing that we have for that are perks. And because Kino had no new perks, it cannot get any points. So all 4 points go to Buried on that one. Moving on to guns. Kino has the Thunder Gun, which is one of the greatest wonder weapons of all time. So much fun. I wish they had it in extinction mode. But it's just an epic gun. Buried had the Paralyzer, the Ray Gun Mark II. The Ray Gun Mark II was kind of a flop, in all honesty. But I feel like the Thunder Gun definitely takes it here. So we're going to go 3 points to Kino and 1 to Buried. The next thing that we're going to look at are the bosses, or just the other enemy of the map. Buried has the Witch, you know, that awful lady that steals your 2,000 points. And Kino has the Nova Crawlers. I think the Witch is a really unique idea. But at the same time, the Nova Crawlers have inspired a lot of other enemies. There's like 3 other maps where a variation of that boss or that enemy has become part of the map. So I feel like this is pretty split down the middle. So we are going to just go 2-2 to both maps. The last thing that we're going to look at for innovativeness is just an overall take on the map. And this is for a grand total of 8 points. Now, looking at Kino, we have, you know, a lot of cool things. You had the teleporters for the pack-a-punch. We have the crawlers. We have the machine gun, you know, light machine gun traps, things like that. The Thunder Gun, a lot of cool ideas. But I'd be crazy if I said Buried didn't do a better job. They had Leroy, you know, the candy, like so many things you could do with Leroy. There's so many things. Really great idea. You had the Witch, you had new buildables, new perk, new guns, a lot of stuff in this map that I thought were pretty good ideas. So we're going to go 5 points to Buried and 3 to Kino. Okay, moving on from here, guys, we are going to look at the storyline. This is a pretty easy call. Buried has an awesome storyline. One of my favorite in all of Zombies. You know, so much happens. It kind of concludes the whole bit with your new characters, and just overall, really, really great storyline. Kino's cool, you know, it's kind of the beginning of the Black Ops storyline, kind of neat and stuff, but it just doesn't hold a candle at all to the Buried storyline. So we're going to go 4 points to Buried and 1 to Kino. All right, guys, and as always, we have our final bonus round, which is the zombie feel factor, and that is just what map feels like zombies. What map reminds you of the sheer awesomeness that is zombies? And this is a pretty easy go for me. Kino der Toten is one of the most just solid zombie maps of all time. It's not big, it's not innovative, but it just feels like zombies. Simple as that. We're going to go all 5 points to Kino because it is just overall a great map. Anyways, guys, that is it for me. We have Kino at 26.5 points and Buried at 23.5. I now leave it up to you. In the comment section below, comment which map you think is better. Do you like Kino? Do you like Buried? That's all I have to say, just Kino or Buried. And that is it. Also, I want to big thank you to the 2 guys who donated the gameplay. You can check them out, link down in the description. If you can like this video, that would be also amazing. These videos do take a lot of time, guys, and I appreciate it when you can support them, get them out there to other people and all that stuff. But apart from that, guys, my name is Patrick Smith, also known as TheSmithPlays, and I will talk to you later. Peace out.